I am Oscar R Urdaneta. I am the director, writer, and producer of Running Wild. What inspired me to write Running Wild, or the original ideas that I got for writing Running Wild, were back in 2020 during the pandemic. I literally had nothing to do, so I read a lot of cyberpunk science fiction novels and just kind of immersed myself within the cyberpunk genre. My interest in analog video art also started around the same time. I was very interested in getting into analog video art during the pandemic because of different live streams going on during the time. The entire whole world of art that I had no idea was, alive and thriving to this day, using old technology that is, considered outdated or vintage. So, and just kind of implement them as elements and inject them into Running Wild as part of the visual style, themes, and the tone of the movie. I feel very much like, without it, I feel like Running Wild wouldn't be the film that it is. I feel like it would just be like another science fiction movie, set in like some generic, future that we all kind of recognize. But what I like about this touch of retrofuturism that the analog video art brings to Running Wild is that it gives the world of Running Wild a high-tech, low-life feel. And that's what Running Wild is all about. It's about, a high-tech, low-life world that is not so far from our own world.
The trail, just don't block the trail. And then there will be prop weapons in use. I'm not sure if you have that with you, but the only people that are allowed to handle that just gonna be Chase and Emily. And just be mindful of your surroundings. Don't leave behind any trash or anything. Other than that, let's get started. Hell yeah! Woo! Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Start of first day. How we feeling?
Feeling fired up, man. This project has been a long time in the making. Worked really hard to bring this vision to life, so feels really good to be here. Looks like someone else arrived too. So yeah, we're about to get started. It's day one, baby. Feeling really good. You don't like to be called Dasha? Why not?
Start introducing yourself as like J-Bones or something.
Hi, my name is Josh, and I am the director of photography for Running Wild. I got involved with Running Wild when Oscar and I became friends at the beginning of the Valencia film program. We started meeting outside of school to basically see what else we could be doing to improve ourselves as professionals and creatives. And so we met for coffee one day, and Oscar brought his computer. And I basically asked him, well, do you have anything you could show me, like any scripts, any kind of story that we can make, that we could do outside of Valencia? And so he brought up the partial script for Running Wild, and I read it, and I was like, this is a really cool concept. And for like an indie sci-fi short film, it stands out above the rest. Oscar had a really clear and precise vision. He didn't get very technical with it, but he basically said moody, retro sci-fi, futuristic, and immediately a million different images from movies that have that vibe and have that look popped into my brain. From then on, we were pretty much on the same page.
Just fell in mud. Oh God.
And then when we got into principal photography, of course, there were so many unexpected roadblocks and obstacles that started since we literally got there day one, like at call time.
Quinn, I'm gonna keep going forward.
Obviously the weather was our biggest adversary. We were dealing with hurricane weather in the middle of summer in Florida. So it was definitely a challenge to film in the outdoors. Shooting exteriors was probably the hardest.
We ran into some extreme flooding in the forest where we were filming. it jeopardized the safety of the crew, it jeopardized the safety of the equipment, and we just had to move out and shoot it another day.
Okay, Josh, what is it like working with Oscar?
Oh God, he is one son of a bitch. I swear to God that asshole. All right, cut that, please. Oscar's great. Oscar, he wrote this, he produced it, he's directing it. He did it all. He's sort of a one-man band, and so as I am here shooting his vision, none of us would be here if it weren't for this amazing script that he has written. And we're all really impressed by his skills and his directing chops.
It's great. It's really hot now. Passing all the water. I think I'm gonna rest in here until everyone gets here. That's what our department's gonna do.
True, actually.
So we're starting off with the wide, high angle sticks establishing shot. We can move straight to the gimbal, or we can just, keep going to save time. We could just do the drone while we still have people coming and bringing equipment.
I'm Nicholas Benetados, and I played Caden in Running Wild. I grew up with Oscar. We were best friends, and then in middle school, high school, slowly kind of drifted apart. I would see him every now and then. We were definitely not as close as we used to be. He was going into film school. At the time he came to me with the script, I believe I was teaching martial arts, and now I'm on a different career path, but it's really the script that Oscar wrote that I got hooked right away. I was like, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be challenging, but I think we got through it pretty well. Chris, I never worked with Chris before. I was a little bit nervous to see how that would play out between us. We had a little bit of rehearsals, I think, and I still wasn't sure at first, but when we got on set, I think it made it more real for everybody. So I think that really helped for us bringing out those characters. I think Chris did a good job. Yeah, it was good to work with him.
He was very intimidating. He was a big guy, so on those parts, it was very easy to kind of talk with him, and then I don't know. He was a great guy to work with. My experience getting the role was a lot of fun. He was a very interesting character from when I first read the script, and I didn't really know how it was going to turn out because there was a lot of editing stuff that kind of was talked about. The character just felt like was someone that I could be a little snappy, and it was very natural to kind of act with a partner and stuff like that. Playing the character was really fun because my acting partner was just like, it was kind of just like off the bat. And even though it was like a sci-fi film, it was just very conversational. So it was a lot of fun.
Hey, yo, so rhymes like that. The world goes and you can't brag about it all the time.
No, that's cool. Yeah, another day, another downpour, I guess. We're just out here in the tent, on set. Nobody else is here. We're just waiting for the rain to clear up, supposedly in about 20 minutes. So, yeah, hopefully it does. But you never know, because we live in Florida, right? So, yeah, feeling hopeful, but trying to temper those expectations to kind of see what we can get done realistically. So what happened yesterday is what's happening right now, basically, except there's not as much flooding going on. So yeah, we got rained out yesterday, and there's some rain today, but hopefully it doesn't stop us from getting things done today. So yeah.
The rain's eased up. What's the plan now?
All right, so we've got here a bigger tent that we were not aware of prior to the rain. We're gonna set that up out of the shot somewhere. We're gonna keep the gear, and then that tent, big blue one that you saw everybody hiding under during the heavy rain, is going to be mobile with the camera.
Hi, I am Josh Reamer. I am the DP of Running Wild, but I'm also the official meteorologist of Running Wild. And this is the radar, where we have a little pocket of no rain, but then we have storm clouds coming in from the east. See, as you could see. You getting that?
Running Wild was a demanding production because it was fast-paced and we were outside a lot and we were in tight places, which I always find myself in. Every production, for some reason, I find myself in the tightest, most awkward places. Not by choice, but we wanted a small camera package. Not that we had many choices, but the A7 III just stood out because the cameras these days, these small DSLRs, are like extremely capable. 4K 60, and then once you go higher than the A7 III, you get into like 10-bit 422, and in English that just means really high quality, beautiful video, and so super capable small cameras. And so the camera package was ideal for the schedule and the environment. And so building it up with a monitor, a follow focus, a tripod, just the basics, we were able to get a very professional looking image.
Acting in reverse was really difficult, but also kind of easy because what we did was we did the scene normally and then we played it in reverse, and then I had to kind of act what I was seeing. So I basically just saw a recording of myself and then acted it, went through the blocking, and then you recorded it on your phone, reversed it until it looked good so we didn't waste time. It was really awkward acting in reverse because I was just like, and then it worked out, it looked cool. The end product was much better than I thought it was. I just didn't expect it to really work out, and then when we saw it, I was like, okay, wait, maybe there's something here. Yeah, I'm really happy that turned out good.
Last day of shooting. How are we feeling? Where are we at?
Honestly, I feel fantastic. Spirits are very high today, and the weather is also a lot better. It's looking a lot better than the other days. Of course, the only day that we're shooting interior shots, everything is okay out here. So it's just how it is here in Florida. So, other than that, looking forward to all the drone shots we're gonna get. That's gonna be very cool. We got some cool picture cards that we're gonna be showcasing today.
I don't know if he's wearing it.
So that's going to be very exciting to shoot. And we're shooting at the motel, so that's also going to be really cool set to shoot at. So,
How have you been working with Josh and the rest of the crew?
I love the whole crew. They are such hard workers. They hustle so hard every day, get everything done as much as possible, despite all the setbacks that we have. We've crushed every single problem that we've come across with ease, and I'm just so impressed that everyone is just on top of their game all the time. It's yeah, I'm loving everything we're getting. They're doing all a great job, so I'm really proud.
My favorite scene in Running Wild, it's gotta be that field scene, the standoff between Randall and Caden. It's a great scene to build tension, suspense, and that action that we have with the vines, with the explosion. I mean, it's a cool scene.
The crescendo, the explosion, the release. That was a great scene. His death scene was very epic.
Your ears will probably ring a little bit. It will not last long. It'll last longest for you, maybe like 2-3 minutes. You'll hear a little ringing, but it'll be gone.
If we're working on getting some earplugs for you though.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you don't want to hear this loud sound, you don't want your ears to ring, definitely step back. It's going to be loud.
The explosion scene was so fun. It was super fun. And looking back at it, I'm proud of it. I think it looks cool, and I had a great day doing it. So it's my favorite scene, and I'm biased.
What? You're laughing when I'm playing my own.
95?
Yeah. Was those rewinded or
Can we not put that?
No.
No, rewinded. Okay. Isn't that trademark?
Don't.
Right now we are at the warehouse set. We're shooting in the garage, but nobody needs to know that. We have a bunch of CRT monitors and mixers set up. It's a really cool set. The art department did an incredible job on this, and I can't wait to see it.
Give it a shot.
Body.
Yeah, no, all of it's still.
Action.
We're moving good, we're moving swiftly. This food is hitting just right. I think after this meal, we're gonna get ready to knock us out of the park.
No, but like, over here.
When I was doing the whole whatever and dying, I had to fall, and oddly that was probably like one of the scariest days on set because even though I'm doing explosions and all that, there's something really scary about falling to your side when you can't see anything. That was terrifying, but it was really fun. And then I taste the blood, and so it was fun. It was really fun.
Cut. Holy shit. Dimital.
I don't know.
Holy fuck.
So my favorite costume in the film is Nick's trench coat fit in the motel with the gloves. I love that outfit. I think it's just, it oozes like Terminator, intimidating killer, you know? But yeah, I just love all of Nick's outfits. I think, you know, for his character, Caden, I think he really stood out in every scene. He was never, you know, upstaged in any way. I think for the main character, I think Caden's outfits looked immaculate. And all thanks to our great costume designer, Maria Delgado.
I had one line, someone might know it here, but I had one line that I said in an accent that people like to point out, but I loved yelling bastard, so I remember that. I don't even remember, does anyone remember the line?
What the fuck are you talking about? You said that there was a feeding spot or some shit.
What the fuck are you talking about? You said there was a feeding spot or some shit. Boom!
You fucking did it!
Yeah, my favorite line would have to be "That won't be necessary." That was the one that just stuck the most. It's hilarious. It's a little action B movie, but it fits. It's fun.
That won't be necessary.
So then we have Michael, who plays Miles, the other character that I had to assassinate. And I really loved what he did. He doesn't have the actor training that Chris and I have.
What? Are you serious? He's been following us since we got back, since we fucked at the hotel.
He did a really good job still, I think. He's a very resourceful guy. He brought a lot of the props that we needed, like the cars, whatever he could do to make the scene more real, and I really appreciate that.
We've had issues that we ran into using the hero car for Miles. That 92 Camaro was such a diva. I mean, if we had one diva on this whole set, it was that Camaro.
I know. The car started, by the way.
What?
The car started.
Great. How far are they?
That car did not want to start every time we were shooting. We had to keep the car running for 6 to 12 hours, depending on, you know, how long we were shooting the scene for the Camaro. That Camaro was just a challenge to work with. It was, you know, an old car. You know, it looked great, but, you know, just didn't. It had its issues that we had to work around.
So the credits are actual footage. Oscar wanted to film this for real. He didn't want to do any computer graphics, and so we went old school. We set up a CRT monitor in the garage, and we aimed the camera at it, and we basically filmed as Oscar was moving the text up on the screen. And then we also filmed sequences of Running Wild. We got the camera real close to the screen, and we filmed these close-ups of the movie playing on the TV with these glitch effects that Oscar was doing off screen, and it was cool. It was really cool to see, really cool to film, and it came out looking really special and just above the quality of anything that you could create within a computer. So
at DXM Studios have a lot of stuff cooking in the kitchen at the moment. So as far as the continuation for Running Wild's story, its universe, there is definitely a lot of stuff open for the future, a lot of opportunities to continue exploring that universe, and perhaps maybe a prequel. You know, I've heard rumors of a prequel with Miles in the press junket currently, a more horror movie, you know, a more horror leaning Running Wild sequel perhaps. But the thing that we're focusing most on right now is just releasing something for the year of 2024. We're celebrating Running Wild's lap around the festival circuit at the moment, and hopefully very soon you guys will be seeing something in the Running Wild universe.
Alright, well, thank you very much, Mr. Urdaneta.
I did also want to mention that we are currently working on a mafia movie as well.
My favorite movie of all time is Iron Giant. I cried to that movie within the last week, and I don't know if any other movie has such a profound effect on me. Except Running Wild.
That's a wrap!